Toronto FC have closed out the transfer deadline at the start of the season by signing 27-year-old Haitian winger Derrick Etienne Jr. Etienne is an MLS lifer, having been in the league since 2016. He's made 166 MLS regular season appearances for the New York Red Bulls, FC Cincinnati, Atlanta United, and the Columbus Crew, scoring 17 goals and winning an MLS Cup. A winger with 39 appearances and 8 goals for the Haitian national team, Etienne knows MLS, and MLS knows Etienne. He is just a solid player all around in this league and a good addition to Toronto FC. Not a life-changing one to end this transfer window, but a guy who you know is a useful player and can put in a useful shift in Major League Soccer. A guy who you're fine to have start and fine to have come off the bench, but he's not a game-breaking player. Not much to complain about except for the fact that it's not something Toronto FC desperately needed. MLS caliber winger, good right now when Lorenzo Insigne comes back from injury. He likely doesn't start, so not necessarily needed incredibly much in that regard. However, Insigne and Bernardeschi both regularly get injured, so good to have a MLS caliber winger that can start when Insigne is hurt, almost like Schaffelberg would have been useful, but a good solid MLS player that you would not want to turn your nose at. Of course, another attacking player and another wide attacking player throws more flames onto the what the heck is going on with Cassius Mailula. Why did we get him and why is he not playing Sadaga? But Etienne is, again, a proven guy in Major League Soccer. Like, there's not much else you can say about him. Not going to score a boatload of goals, but is going to put in a solid shift and be just a useful part of your team all around. The only concern I have with Etienne right now, besides he's not a player who plays a position that we desperately need help in at the current moment, is Toronto FC's recent history with guys who are good MLS lifers coming into the team is not that great. Marc-Anthony Kaye was a disaster. Latif Blessing was a disaster. Matt Hedges came, got the job done, didn't like it here, and then left very quickly. It has not been a very successful past few years for Toronto FC bringing in MLS lifers into Toronto FC and having them do well at TFC. In fact, in the past couple of years, that has been the start of the end of most of these players' basically careers as regular MLS starters. So hopefully this one doesn't immediately fall off the rails the second he arrives to Toronto FC. I have hopes that he won't, because he has a bit more experience than some of the more recent MLS lifers we've brought in, and also he's done it at more teams than us a couple of the MLS lifers that we've brought in. So he's no stranger to coming into teams and getting the job done. Not going to drastically change where Toronto FC stands in the MLS power rankings or prediction rankings going forward in the season. Just a guy who is useful, going to put in a great shift, going to put in a shift when Insigne's hurt, going to be able to put in shifts off the bench. Solid player all around, not a guy you'd want to turn your nose at, not going to change your life or anything. But MLS depth, guys who come in and put in a solid shift and are known assets in Major League Soccer, that is massive for winning championships, and many of those guys is what wins you a championship. So no complaints about getting another guy that fits that mold. Best of luck to Etienne in Toronto. $375,000 in allocation money going to Atlanta United the other way. Pretty cheap, all things considered, and they're holding some of his salary, so pretty nice piece of business, all things considered. And hopefully this is just another move that helps the building blocks of Toronto FC, because this is a team that the big moves I don't think are coming. I think this is a team that it has to be all together building blocks going forward, and this is a great building block piece. So that is for this video. As always, if you'd like to hit like, if you want to see more of my stuff, hit subscribe, follow me on Twitter, link is down below in the description, and I will see you next time.